Hello, busy dads and busy people everywhere. I checked my phone this morning to see how my YouTube account was doing and saw that the Busy Dad Training channel has now hit 10,000 subscribers. And I want to send out a message to all of you. Thank you. Thank you for making the leap of faith to press that subscribe button. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for putting my principles into practice in your own life. My friends, I do not take that gift for granted. It creates an obligation in me to earn your time, earn your attention, to respect that time and attention by making sure that the Busy Dad program is worth it. And I've got to confess, when the numbers on this channel started to pick up earlier in this month, I had to do a lot of soul searching, because playing with people's time and their attention, wasting that, is not something I ever intended to do on this channel. And so as I had a sense that there were more and more people who were taking what I had to say seriously, I had to really think carefully, to convince myself, to remind myself of the efficacy of this Busy Dad program, because I am not here to waste anybody's time. And I want to tell you a story. I was walking around my neighborhood, meditating on this question, lost in thought, when I heard a voice, "Max!" I looked around. It was a local dad, father of two, very busy dad. The man is a medical doctor, so is his wife. Now, me and this man, we're on friendly enough terms, but we're acquaintances only, and ordinarily we would pass each other with a friendly nod, and that's as far as it would go. But here he was, calling out to me. He crossed over a field to come and see me with his little 6-month son strapped to his chest. And he said, "Max, I'm 14 weeks in." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "To the Busy Dad program." And I remembered, last time I saw him a few months ago at his kid's second birthday party, I'd mentioned the Busy Dad program, and he'd taken it up. And when I saw him at that party 3 months ago, he looked pretty depressed, he looked pretty tired, and he looked a little bit overweight. And the man I saw in front of me that day, just recently, he was full of vigor, he was full of happiness and pride. He'd clearly lost 8-10 kilograms. He looked completely different. And he told me he'd been putting in his 80 minutes week in, week out, and he'd finally found something that worked for him, and he said he's going to be doing this for the rest of his life. And seeing this guy in front of me, it evaporated any doubt that I have about the worth of this program. And it's because I'm so fully convinced that what I am doing is worthy of your time that I can look you in the eye and say thank you and assure you that you are making a good choice in supporting this channel. The internet is full of people trying to sell you a lie. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm trying to share value. When my daughter was born, I needed a way of staving off the dreaded dad bod. I agreed with my wife that I would train for 80 minutes a week, and I thought that might just allow me to maintain some basic modicum of physical fitness. I discovered burpees, and I created a little structure for myself that later became known as the Busy Dad program, and I really never thought that it would do anything but keep me ticking over until I was ready to start training again in 5 years or something. 6 months later, I was unrecognizable to my friends and family. My body had morphed. I was the fittest and strongest I'd ever been. My resting heart rate had gone from 70 beats per minute to 45. I never intended to create a YouTube channel. I never used social media of any kind. This was the furthest thing from my mind, but when I saw how well this worked, I wanted to share the Busy Dad program. I wanted to spread the value that it brought into my life into other people's lives. And insofar as I've started to do that to all of you, I am a very happy man today. Let's remind ourselves of why this program works, of why it can help an elite athlete or a complete beginner or anyone in between. And the genius of it is that the very thing that makes this program so time efficient is also what makes it so effective. Because we're so pressed for time, we cannot afford to go a second over 20 minutes in any of our workouts. And so what we had to do in designing this program is hold the time frame of every workout fixed. But instead of trying to do the same thing every workout, we created a structure that would push us to constantly try to add more high quality reps into that same fixed time frame. And by doing that, we created a paradigm shift. We moved away from defining our workouts in terms of absolute volume, how many reps you perform, to defining our workout in terms of volume to time ratio, how many reps you can perform relative to a given time. And the genius of that paradigm shift is that the only way of improving your volume to time ratio, the only way of doing more reps within that 20-minute window is to do one of two things. Either you learn to perform the rep more efficiently, more quickly, more explosively, or you learn to perform the reps with less rest in between. And whichever of those two things you do, you will create a training stimulus that forces a physiological adaptation. That is why there is no way of moving through the Busy Dad program without getting fitter and stronger. You will get fitter and stronger in spite of yourself. That is why we train for time in this program. And it will work. It will work for you. If you've tried it already, it's already working for you. I'm only here, my friends, to spread that message, to help other busy dads who had given up on the idea of ever taking ownership of their physical fitness, to reassert themselves, to create a structure in their lives that allows them to train, allows them to build back their self-respect. And when I see people like my friend who lives in this neighborhood who came up to me with that self-respect radiating off him, I'm so proud of what I'm doing here. So what I want to say to all of you is, first of all, thank you. Thank you for joining the Busy Dad Army. Thank you for investing your time and attention in this channel. It is something that humbles me. But also, you're doing the right thing by putting your time and attention here. I've never been more convinced of the efficacy of this program. If it was 1 million people that I was standing before, I would say the same thing. The Busy Dad program is suitable for everybody. So, if you're a busy dad or a busy person of any kind, please give this program a try. And if there's a busy dad or a busy person in your life who needs a pick-me-up, who needs to get back into the physical domain, please send them in my direction, because I've got them covered. So my friends, let's do another update video when we hit 100,000. In the meantime, I just want to say to each and every one of you, from the old timers to the people who have recently joined the channel, thank you.